What IRXJam 17 was free will was our theme. Everybody had 48 hours to put together their game that embodied that or exemplified it in their mind and showed it to us. And we had 24 or 25 entries, something like that. You can check them out on the Twitch page, which I will link in the chat here in just a moment, and I'll let Josh get started on showing off our stuff.
First one is called No Brain, No Problem by Bearded Fists. And that was some pretty short gameplay. But anyway, No Brain, No Problem is I guess it's a puzzle game, kind of similar to...
Puzzle timing game.
Yeah, puzzle timing. Yeah, that's a good way. And so it looks simple just from the 30 seconds of gameplay that they showed. But it does get difficult.
Much more difficult.
The point is, first of all, the fit for free will is that these boxes don't have free will, and therefore you must help them. Loose, but hey, it's there. You can interpret it however you want. So you start by moving the boxes, as you saw, and then the developers introduced supervisors, managers
yeah.
who walk around and will take the boxes if they catch you moving them from one room to the other. So it's not just, at first I thought it was like, oh, they just can't see the boxes, but they actually have to catch you. They can see it, but if they catch you, they take it. So if you can get into the room.
And it was interesting. I definitely appreciate the mechanic behind it, because the instructions say if they see a box moving, then the supervisor, the manager, will confiscate it. And I ended up dropping a box right in front of one as he was patrolling, and I was like, oh no, he's patrolling down into the box. And then he started moving the box and didn't confiscate it. And I was like, oh okay.
So the point is to get it from one room to the other. And it gets more and more complicated because there's more and more managers, and they go in crazy, patterns as they walk up and down. They move the room so they're not like directly adjacent from each other. They could be like up more from the other one or something like that. And it gets pretty difficult. And I got to say, it's pretty well thought out, because when I first started playing, I was like, oh, it's a cool concept, but pretty simple. And then it got hard. And I was like, oh, shit. So that was No Brain, No Problem by Bearded Fists. Great job for that. Second game is called
Knights and Damsels.
Knights and Damsels. That was Knights and Damsels by Fellowship of the Game. I enjoy that name, by the way. Good name for the game jam.
You forgot to change the overlay.
I didn't. I just used the wrong overlay. So here,
Oh, okay.
I'll prove it to you. There it is. Knights and Damsels, Fellowship of the Game. That is the what they call themselves for the Game Jam. This is one of the games where I had a hard time seeing the theme fit. But I like the
Really?
yeah. So what's your interpretation of it?
You're a commander to your military forces, and they only have limited free will. I mean, as long as you keep them happy, you're maintaining the illusion that your choices matter. I saw it apply. I really did. I appreciated the fact that you could because in checkers, the base game, the core mechanic here, you don't have the ability to convert your opponent's pieces, and you're capable of doing that. As the game progresses, as your forces become more popular and your enemies' forces become less popular, they can turn traitor. And so even though they're just pawns, they still have some element of the free will that's present.
It is a cool concept, like a good twist on checkers.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of things that you're given a theme as overarching as free will. There's going to be games that some people don't quite see it, but I definitely saw the draw. I appreciated it, and I'm a sucker for the music. I don't know what it is, but like
Could it
all you
possibly
have
be
to
your
do.
medieval combat?
No, because in my medieval combat we don't play music like that. No, probably not.
What music do you
I
play?
just We don't play music. We're hitting
Oh,
each other with sticks.
it's
Who's
like
got time to play
percussion.
music? Slam, light, red, red. Anywho, yeah, I listen to the music of impact and pain. Uh,
Children crying.
the lamentations of women. Uh,
Well, anyway,
but
it's a cool twist, and I mean, I could see an argument for free will. It was just one of the harder ones. It was more the abstract ones that I thought personally, but I like the concept. It's cool. Um, Speaking of cool concepts, here's one called "Let's Go Everywhere" by Computer James. Hold on a second. And this one doesn't have sound, so we might as well just talk over it.
okay.
Oh, there is sound, but it's very quiet because it's like little footsteps. But anyway, let's go everywhere is pretty interesting. Basically, there's different sections of the map, and some have cold, some have poison, some have
noise,
yeah.
and
So,
heat.
and eventually, no matter where you go, you're gonna die from all of them.
Yep.
If you go far enough. Obviously, the free will is that you can go wherever you want. Let's go everywhere.
Except anywhere that you want to go.
Yeah.
You're
You die.
Yeah. No, it was really I liked what they were doing. I definitely enjoyed how you could regain things. I spent way more time than I should have trying to find some loophole that I could use to get in between zones, like just ride the zone. So like I'd be over on the cold side and then start getting poisoned and just like reverse them and try and get it to even out so that I could get through. Never could figure it out. And I appreciated that. I really liked the whole yes, we've told you that you can go anywhere, you can go everywhere, but really you're just stuck here in this little center section. I liked it.
Interesting commentary, I guess, on life. Oh, the lust one. Sorry, butt cracks.
Oh yeah. I forgot lust.
Was it decency or something? I forget what you die from. Oh yeah, you are
You're
indecent.
Indecent, yeah.
So I like it. I like the theme interpretation on this one. It's interesting. I'm wondering like, not that it's a complaint, but I'm just wondering how to turn this into more of a, not that it's not a game, because we've had that argument before, but you know what I mean. Something,
And you lose.
yeah, something where you can beat it. You know what I mean?
Do games need to be beaten?
I mean, I feel
Did
like
you?
by
Okay.
definition,
You know what? No. Here's what I'm gonna. Here's my counter to that question. You didn't play it because you're apparently emotional on these things. But how would you describe winning or beating that dragon cancer?
by getting to the end,
Well, you get to the end in this, you
there's
die.
there's no end. It's just a constant loop until you just decide to stop.
Hmm. Interesting. I wonder if that's a bit of a commentary for your free will as a player.
Ooh. Well, with my free will, I think I'm going to move on to the last game of IRXJam Showcase, which is called A Dragon's Freedom by Sevenfold.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
So that was another one with I feel like some commentary to it on free will. I actually got angry at this game, and I know what it was trying to do after playing it for just even a few seconds, but I was getting really mad at that dragon.
Why?
Because it kept eating the damn things. I was trying to get to it.
But that's the goal. You're guiding the dragon.
I'm guiding the dragon?
Yeah. The dragon stays within the range of your light, and you're trying to
I was playing it completely wrong then.
That's so adorable.
I was playing it completely wrong. I thought the dragon was stealing the shit from me. I thought I was trying to eat it, and I was like, what the hell, man? Like, he's getting mad at the dragon. I even tricked it a few times and got to the things first, and then I was like, why can't I pick it up? And that's when I thought, I was like, oh, it must be like you don't really have free will because there's always someone, there to take it from you.
It literally says it in the description. You are a sprite, a luminous being trapped in a cave. Thankfully, a dragon followed you and uses your light to find the flowers nearby.
I think part of the problem...
Make your way east using the flowers as a means to influence your dragon and protect yourself from the shadows.
I think part of my... Okay, well, that puts an entire different light on this game for me. So I was looking at it, I was like, okay, why is that your top game? But it makes sense now. The problem is that, I read the descriptions, but I downloaded them and then played them much later, after, the jam ended. So I didn't read the descriptions before playing them. I just played them.
Gotcha. So because this was a 48-hour jam, they did make the note that they had lines of narration that they recorded that they weren't able to get into the game. They're useful for understanding why the game plays the way that it does and what meaning they were going for in the very ending. All the lines except for the final ones are transcribed here. Quote, life flourished for thousands of years on Ashgan. Sprites roamed freely, following the wake of the tranquil dragons. The dragons fed off of flowers, and the sprites grew in the dragon's energy. The shadows floated like ethereal mist of fluff, feeding off the sun's rays. Then the volcanoes burst. Ash filled the skies, shutting off the sun, as all life fled to the caves. The sprites' light kept up hope, guiding the way for the dragons to continue feeding. The shadows turned to that only light too. The sprite's light grew as it progressed. As the light grew, the dragon ventured further and further away, while more and more shadows grew attracted. It was free to roam as it wished, and in its lust for freedom, it distanced itself from the light, which enabled it to fly. How do you, like, come on, like, you...
That was on me. I should have read the descriptions again. But but I mean, now that I understand that, I might even try and play it again tonight after the show or something. But now that I understand that,
opinion changes now that you know that you're not.
It will rise probably drastically in my rankings for that game.
Oh, that's so cute.
So, well, you know what's not cute? I mean, is cute, or depends on how you look at it, I guess. Is the fact that that is the end of the IRXJam Showcase number 2.